Today in this lecture 7 video of graph theory, we shall discuss adjacency matrix of a graph. That means how we can find adjacency matrix of a graph. Suppose this is the graph given, we have to find the adjacency matrix. So here in this graph there are 7 vertices. So V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7. So we shall write the 7 vertices here in column and in row also. We shall write V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7, and here also V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7. That means vertices in case of adjacency matrix we have to write vertices in case of in the row also as well as in the column also. Now you see from V1 to V1 there is no loop. That means it will be 0. Now from V1 to V2 there is one edge. So V1, V2 we are putting 1. Next V1, V3 there is no edge, so we are putting 0. V1, V4 no edge, so we are putting 0. So in this way V1, V5 no edge, so we are putting 0. V1, V6 no edge, so we are putting 0. V1, V7 no edge, so we are putting 0. Next V2, V1. V2, V1 there is one edge, so we are putting here 1. Next V2, V3 there is one edge, so V2, V3 we are putting 1. And V2, V2 there is no loop here, so we are putting 0. And V2, V4 there is no direct edge, so that means we are putting here 0, V2, V4. Similarly V2, V5 0, V2, V6 there is edge, so we are putting here 1. And then V2, V7 there is one edge, so we are putting here 1. So in this way we can get the adjacency matrix of this graph. That means whenever there is edge, suppose V1 to V2 we shall put 1, and if there is no edge we shall put 0. Here V1 to V2 we are putting 1 because there is an edge joining V1 to V2. And V1, V3 we are putting 0 because there is no edge joining V1 and V3. In this way we can get the adjacency matrix of this graph. Next, this is one question given. Construct the graph whose adjacency matrix is this one. This is the graph given whose adjacency matrix. First we rewrite this matrix as, here we are writing the V1, V2, V3, V4 row wise. In row we are writing the vertices. In column also we are writing the vertices. Now we have to draw the figure. So V1, V2, V3, V4. How we can get the diagram? V1 to V1 there is 1. So that means there is a loop. V1 to V1. Next V1, V2 no edge, that means V1, V2 0, so V1, V2 no edge, V1, V3 0 no edge, V1, V4 is 1, so V1, V4 there is an edge 1. Then come to this row, this is 1 1, that means V2, V3 1, V2, V4 1, so V2, V3 there is an edge, V2, V3, then V2, V4, V2, V4 there is an edge because this is 1. Next come to V3. Here 1 1 1, that means V3 V2 there is edge. V3 V2 already I have drawn. V3 V2 V3 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 is 1 means there is a loop. Then V3 V4 1, V3 V4 1, so this is an edge. Then V4 V1, V4 V1, V4 V1 already I have drawn. V4 V2, V4 V2 already I have drawn. V4 V3, V4 V3 already I have drawn. Then V4 V4 0, that means no loop. So this is the diagram of this adjacency matrix. This is the required graph. Okay, so in this way we can get the graph. First we shall draw the vertices, and whenever there is 1 we shall draw one edge. So V1 is 1, so we are drawing one. In V1 we are drawing one loop. Then this 1 means V1 and V4 there is an edge. So V1 V4 there is an edge. In this way we can get the graph. Thank you.